So I was reflecting a lot the other day, and I was reflecting about something that I observed so many times these days, and I observed it with myself too. So, to give you guys a bit of context, I was in the train and it was just like a regular day, right? I was just commuting to the office and back at some point. And what I noticed is like so many people on their phones. And also me. I caught myself too to just like be on the phone and or do something else, like not only on the phone, but just do something. Yeah, there were like not really people doing nothing. And that triggered me to reflect on what the Stoics did, what I actually want to do, and the way you want to live, right? Because I, for myself, said, like, okay, I want to actually really practice this slow and intentional living. And this realization brought me to the point where I was really like, actually, I'm not super bad at it, and the phone is not our enemy, but I am not living as slow as I want, as intentional as I want, because I'm trying to multitask through the day, right? So for me personally, it was not social media that I was on the phone, but it was checking emails. It was bouncing ideas off of AI, brainstorming, doing things in parallel, like answering messages here while also working. So, also while working, I was reaching for the phone, checking emails. I was quickly doing this, quickly doing that, while also working on another task, and so on and so forth. And also, very often, after I commuted by train or so, it was just like a thing I did, right? I couldn't sit down and be like, today I commuted and I noticed that today with the sunlight in the morning, the river was like extra beautiful or something like that. So those details. And what brought me to that point was Marcus Aurelius in Meditations really going there and being like, you know, I want to confine myself to the present. I want to call the things out as they are. I want to be able to really perceive things as they are in the moment. And that made me think, okay, if I would sit down now and write about my day, what would I write? I would write, got this task done, had this conversation, did this task, did this task, did this task, chilled on the couch, watched a serial, checked my mail, went to bed. And I was really thinking, like, okay, is this actually what I want to be able to write about a day? And I was like, no, because this is actually what makes us feel stressed. What's just making us feel stressed and wanting to achieve more and more and more. At least it's for me like that. Because, of course, you're doing many things in parallel. At some point, you might lose track because you're doing too many things. And then you have this constant thought in your head being like, did I forget something? Am I on track with everything? And this leads to checking more emails, checking more messages, trying to do more. And I stepped back and really was like, okay, I'm guilty of that, but let's change this. Let's really approach the whole thing more with intention, slower, more deliberately than rushing in parallel. And one thing that I was saying immediately is single tasking. And I was actually thinking about that a lot because I'm right now working in a project where it's kind of hard to single task. I know it sounds like an excuse, probably is, but you get many requests from different people concerning different things, concerning different parts of the application, even different domains. And it's really like a lot of context switching. It's really like in the morning, it could be someone is asking you like, hey, the addressing system needs your attention. Then maybe an invoicing system needs your attention. Maybe something else, maybe a technical issue somewhere. Then you have other things going on. Maybe your landlord is calling. can happen all the time, no? And then I was really wondering, okay, like I have to answer those people because they're stakeholders. They have stakes in the thing that I'm doing. But I was also, is it that important that I'm putting my attention right at the thing, right at that moment when the person is writing? No, it's probably not. If there is something really, really urgent, people raise an incident and you get a big notification, flashing red light, and you know you put your attention there. Until it's not that, that ain't a thing. So, what I'm trying to do now, what I'm trying to implement is as a very basic framework for going slow and intentional about my day, where I say, okay, I start very early and I block off the first 4 hours of the day. In this first 4 hours, I pick one thing that I focus on for those 4 hours. Just one thing, not more. And I really put those 4 hours in this one thing to really reach also the quality I'm expecting of myself to deliver. And afterwards, I'm scheduling a block where I do nothing else than answering questions, attending stakeholder requests, team requests, whatever comes up. This is my everything can happen block. And I will time box it to like 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours, I do just what comes in to also attend those things, right? And after that, I'll have another shorter focus block where I'm just focusing on maybe an urgent and important task that really needs my attention right now. Or if I don't have something like that at hand, I take care of the minor things and getting them out of the way, one after another. And this way, I am targeting basically to avoid permanent context switching. Other than that, what I'm also wanting to do is utilize breaks during work time in a better way. So I caught myself also during a break to just reach for my phone, have a look, like, did my wife write? Did maybe an email arrive? Something else happening? But I could also just do a breathing exercise, quickly jot down some things in the journal, like, did those things felt like this, had this thought, and just get it out of my brain, right? Maybe writing a quick wrap up of what I just did so context switching later is easier. Or literally just get up, physically get up, walk a couple of steps, do some push ups, some stretches, whatever, and then get back to work. Drink a glass of water because it's dang hot. We have like 36 degrees today. And just utilize those breaks like that. And maybe a longer break, really go and taking a walk, doing a meditation, something like that. And also when it comes to food, being really intentional about it. Like today, I started already saying like, okay, I have lunch break now. So I have my lunch. I'm sitting down today. I'm in home office. So I sit down, no phone, no book, no journal, no music, no nothing, and just eat. Just eat without any distraction. And when I'm in the office at work, to really deliberately go and be like, okay, either I have colleagues I'm eating with and I'm fully present with them, no phone, no book, no journal, no nothing, just fully present in the conversation, or if colleagues are busy and I'm going alone for lunch, to really do the same practice. No phone, no distraction, no nothing, just sit and eat. To really like be in the moment, be present and focus on the one thing you're doing. And that is basically my second rule after the time blocking thing that I do, to really say I do one thing only, and I do it well. Be it eating, be it walking, be it writing, be it working, be it a conversation, be it relaxing, be it gaming. I do the one thing and I put my full attention onto the thing. And I'm curious where I'm ending up if I'm pushing through with that. And I mean, I did it before, and it was really, really cool. And I also, like today, really noticed the difference of doing it just for a couple of hours to know, like, okay, the phone is in another room. I can't access it even. I'm just using it to record this video now. And other than that, I'm really doing one thing. And today was a really busy day. Loads of things are happening. We have a really urgent deadline soon with a lot of stuff to be done. But I'm totally relaxed about it because I'm doing one thing, I put my focus in, and I can actually recall things really precisely. I was not lost in context switching, being like, okay, which of the 10 tasks did I actually do today? And what is finished and what not, and which quality? I exactly know, like, I did this thing and it's done. It is at the quality that I expect. And by the way, in the morning, it was so cool to just sit a couple of minutes on the balcony. I watched a bird doing bird stuff, which was super amazing. And also at the main station, not sitting on the phone, like scrolling over social media, checking my mails or what I do when I'm there with the phone, but just doing nothing. And what did happen? Nothing epic did happen, but suddenly on the tracks, I saw a little mouse. She was like running around doing her mouse business. And it was super interesting to just observe her a bit in her daily mouse business. And like yesterday when I was commuting, I was not able to recall those things because I was distracted in any way, like be it the phone, the journal, the laptop, whatever. But being really able to recall those moments, it's something pretty cool, I think. It's really cool to really be more aware of your environment and what's actually happening around you. Also, like pulls you more into the present moment. Like Marcus Aurelius always reminds himself to stay in the present moment. And yes, I'm curious. I'm curious if you guys have your techniques to do that or how you would approach it. What are your strategies and techniques to confine yourself to the present moment? And I'm keeping on doing that. And I will keep you updated how it's actually changing my day to day. And I'm myself pretty curious what kind of an impact it's going to have.